Hi, first graders. Welcome back to your TV classroom. Today is Friday, March 5th. How are you today? I'm so excited to learn with you today, and you did it. You made it to Friday. It's our last day of school for the week. Great job. Before we begin, let's check in with our zones. How are you feeling today? Mr. Kevin, how are you feeling today?
I'm in that green zone right there.
You are?
Yeah, where
That's
she says
good.
happy, calm, good to go, focused, ready to learn.
I'm kind of in that zone, but I'm also in the yellow zone. I have lots of things going through my head. I have some problems I'm trying to solve, and so they're kind of running in the back of my head, which is making me feel a little distracted. But I'm still in the green zone. I just needed to acknowledge that I was having those feelings so that I knew they were there, but know that I need to focus and do my teaching today. Friends, have you ever had that happen where you feel like you can learn, but you kind of have some thoughts going on in the back of your head? So I'm gonna say, thoughts, you stay back there. I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing here. And thoughts, I'll get with you when I'm done teaching. Sometimes you have to do that when you're learning too. Make sure that you share your zone at home with someone or wherever you are, and make sure to ask someone how they're feeling today too. Let's go with Fact Fun Friday. 15 minus 6. Well, I know that 6 is made up of a 5 and a 1. So if I take away the 5, now I have 10, and I just have to take away one more, and that equals 9. So 15 minus 6 equals 9. 13 minus 5. What does it equal? It equals 8, because 5 is made up of 3 and 2. And if I take away the 3, I get 10. Take away 2 more, and 10 minus 8 is 2. So 13 minus 5, 10 minus 2 is 8. I said it backwards, friends. Like I said, my brain is feeling a little wobbly today. 10 minus 2 is 8, so 13 minus 5 equals 8. What's 5 plus 8? Well, I know 8 has a 5 and a 3. That is 10, and 3 more is 13. See how that finding those partners of 10 or friends of 10 is so helpful when you're solving things you don't have memorized yet. 8 plus 8. It's a double. 8 plus 8 is 16. That rhyme is really fun to say. If 8 plus 8 is 16, then what's 8 plus 7?
Just one less.
Just one less. It's 15. Another way I look at it is this. I know 8 has 7 and 1. I've got my double. Plus 1, 7 plus 7 is 14, and 1 more is 15. Today, we are learning to analyze a graph and answer questions. So the last 2 days, we've talked about looking at a whole set of data and organizing it into categories and finding out how many in each category. Today, we're gonna look at a graph. We're gonna notice what we know about the graph and what we've learned, and then answer questions about it. It's really fun to do. But before we begin, we're gonna do some problems. Gia has 6 fish, Tom has 9 fish. How many more fish does Tom have than Gia? Can you show my whiteboard, Mr. Kevin? Gia has 6 fish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tom has 9 fish. How many more fish does Tom have? Well, how many more or how many less? I take the parts that are the same, and I line them up, and then I count the part that's different. 1, 2, 3. Tom has 3 more fish than Gia. Done. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, Chris has 12 pencils. Well, that's gonna be 10 and 2. Jan has 8 pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I can't do it like this. And I can't do it like this. How many fewer pencils does Jan have? So we're gonna line it up, the parts that are the same. And we're gonna count the part that's different. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this space right here, he has 4 fewer. He has not as many. He has 4 less, 4 fewer than Chris, because the part that's different is 4. Chris has 4 more and Jan has 4 less. This is that part we're talking about when we say how many more or how many less. I bet we're going to be answering some of those questions today about things in our graph. Let's take a look at this on the full screen. We've got this graph. Before we even read the question, just take a look at the graph. What is this graph about, friends? Oh, it looks like someone collected data on pets that people have at their homes. Because the title of the graph is, let me get my highlighter out, Our Pets. Where would we look to figure out the types of pets they have? Yeah, in the categories, what types of pets do they have? They have bird, dog, cat. That's awesome. Okay. What else? What are you noticing? 2 people have birds. 4 people have cats. 7 people have dogs. That's a lot of dogs. Let's read the question. Children tell what pets they have. They make a picture graph with the data. How many have dogs or cats? So what does that mean? We've looked at it. We know what it's about. Now we have to figure out what we're trying to figure out. The question says, how many have dogs or cats? What does that mean? Well, they're asking how many children have a dog or a cat. So we need to figure out altogether dogs and cats. Not just dogs, not just cats, dogs and cats. But we're not worried about the birds. So what could we do? What was that, Rashid? Oh, Rashid said that maybe we should count how many dogs and add it to how many cats. Okay, I'm gonna put white on my pen so I can write an equation down here. We said 7 dogs and 4 cats. What is 7 plus 4? It's 11. Okay, 7 plus 4 equals 11. Awesome. So how many dogs and cats do the children have? 11 animals. Awesome. So let's go through and see what they did and see if it matches what we did. It says, find how many children have dogs or cats. Each picture shows 1 child. Count the pictures for the dogs. We're gonna check our work and see. Are you ready? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dogs. That's what we said. 1, 2, 3, 4 cats. That's what we said. And look, they did 7 plus 4. And what's 7 plus 4? It's 11. 11 children have dogs or cats. Okay. What other questions can we ask about the data? What answers could we find? What could we ask? Looking at this graph, I'm gonna go back to here. What's a question you could ask? Oh, how many birds? How many birds? 2, okay. What else could we ask? Ooh, I like that one, Pebble. Pebble said, how many total pets? How many pets do they have? I have one. How many fewer cats are there than dogs? How many more dogs are there than birds? How many fewer birds are there than cats? There's lots of questions. It says, how many children have a bird, dog, or a cat? That's how many pets altogether. Do you remember how many birds there were? There were 2 birds. How many dogs? 7 dogs. How many cats? 4 cats. Now I remember that 7 plus 4 was 11. So 2 more would be 13. 13 children have a bird, dog, or cat. Awesome. Ooh, how many more children have a dog than a bird? Let's go back to that graph. dog, and bird. Okay, so how many children have a dog? 7. How many children have a bird? 2. Mr. Kevin, can you show my whiteboard? So it's one of those how many more, how many fewer questions again. So I'm gonna do dog, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you have cubes, do it with me, or if you have counters, or you could draw a picture if you wanted. And then birds is 2, 1, 2. And the question was, how many more dogs than birds? Well, I know that this is 2 and this has 2 in it. So here's the part that's different. So I took the 7 and I took away the part that was the same, which was 2. 7 minus 2 tells me the part that's different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the equation is 7, that's the part that's greater, minus the other part, that's the part that's the same in the number, that's 2. And the part that's different, 5. 5 more children. Awesome. Ooh, a new graph. Can you show it nice and big, Mr. Kevin? Children tell what weather is their favorite. Ooh, okay. What kind of weather? They don't have my favorite kind of weather up here. They have sun, clouds, and rain. That's why there's an umbrella. Do you know what my favorite kind of weather is, Mr. Kevin?
No, tell me.
Snow.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, how about
I really
that?
love snowstorms.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I also really love windstorms.
I love windstorms too. Hey, check out our new shot. So we can
Mr.
talk.
Kevin, oh my goodness. That is so cool. Miss Osmond, you have to come look at the screen.
We have a new shot here in TV Classroom.
Ooh, it's so exciting. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Okay, friends. Oh, aren't you
right.
so excited? Oh, this is so good. Okay, back to our graph.
Okay.
So, the question is, how many more kids like sun than clouds? Well, first of all, we have to figure out how many children like sun. 11. How many children like clouds? 3. They put a subtraction equation there. What do you think we should write on our boards? Why don't we build it first? I always find building the model helps me figure out the equation. So I build what I know and then I go from there. So I need 11 for the sun. So I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can you show my whiteboard, Mr. Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
I have 11 for the sun, and then I have 3 for clouds. Okay, so 11 is the whole in our equation, and 3, because 11 is the greater number, and then this part's the same. So we've got 11. We take away the part that's the same to find the part that's different. So we have 11, which is our greater number. Let's write 11. Then we take away the part that's the same, which is the number that's less, which is 3. And when we do that, we take it apart. We find the part that's different. So how many is different? What's 11 minus 3? It's 8. Let's check. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. It's 8. So our equation is 11 minus 3 equals 8. But what does 8 stand for? What was the question? How many more children like sun than clouds? So our answer is 8 more sunny days than cloudy days, right? 8 more children like sun than children that like clouds. Cool. Ooh. Same graph, same data, different question. Now they want to know how many fewer cloudy days than rainy. So how many fewer children like cloudy days than rainy days? Yeah, so each of these blocks is representing a student that likes that kind of weather. So let's look. We need cloudy and rainy. How many cloudy? 3. So 3 children like cloudy days. How many children like rainy days? Look for the umbrella. How many is it? If I look at the umbrella and I look over, it says 6. So I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, which one's greater? The children that like rainy days. Okay, look, it's that comparison again. It's asking how many fewer. So I take the greater number and I take away the part that's the same as the lesser number. So I line them up and it's less. So I had 6. Everyone write this on your board. I had 6, which was my greater number. And then I took away 3 because that was the lesser number and the part that's the same between the two numbers. And I get the part that's different. This is the how many more or the how many fewer. So how many fewer? How many are missing here? How many would I need to get to 6? 3. So 3 fewer children like cloudy days than rainy days. All right. Oh. Mr. Kevin, can we do a big screen here? Mm-hmm. This looks like we're adding together, so I don't think we're gonna need to use the cubes for this one. We're just gonna have to put in the information. It says how many sunny and cloudy and rainy. So the first number in our equation here, I want you to write it with me on your board, is going to be sunny. How many sunny? 11. How many cloudy? 3. How many rainy? 6. Okay, well, I know that 11 plus 6 is 17. So I've done 11 in the 6, and I need to add 3 more. What's 17 plus 3? Yes, it's 20. So there are 20 children who like sunny days and cloudy days and rainy days. So they asked 20 children what they liked. Now you're gonna do this one on your own. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. How many more children like bowling than soccer? Go ahead, 1 minute, solve. Soccer has 3, hockey has 9, bowling has 11. How many more children like bowling than soccer? Okay, friends. Mr. Kevin, can you show my whiteboard?
Got it.
I did 11 for bowling. I took away the part that was the same for soccer, which was 3. I got an answer of 8. So 8 more children like bowling than soccer. Is that what you got? Today, your assignment is to do page 415 and 416. You're gonna be looking at graphs, looking at the information, and answering questions about it. You think you can do it? I know you can do it.
They can do it.
All right, Mr. Kevin, tell them, how can they reach us here? Oh, no, not yet, sorry. Learning check. Today we learned to analyze the graph and answer questions. That means look at the graph, tell what we know about it, and then answer questions. We identified the data, we found the categories, we used the data to answer questions about the graph. Great job today, first graders. Mr. Kevin, how can they reach us here at the TV classroom?
Just ask your parents for a little help and email us at tvclassroom@tacoma.k12.wa.us. And Mrs. Wally, you will answer, right?
I will.
All right. And you can also mail us TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Perfect. All right, friends. Up next is going to be your time with Miss Oslin. But first, you get a break. But don't forget to gather all of your materials for your ELA lesson, your ELA packet, your learning notebook, your pencil, and be back here ready to learn when she comes on the screen. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.
Rules. 1. You have 10 seconds to pick your crewmate. 2. A new timer will appear with an exercise for the crewmate you picked. 3. You will get 10 points for each correct crewmate and exercise you choose. 4. If you pick the imposter, you will lose all your points. 5. See how many points you can get. Good luck.
Hi, first graders. Welcome back from your break. Excellent job being so responsible in gathering your materials. You can take your ELA packet, your writing notebook, your pencil, put those off to the side. You won't need those yet, but go ahead and hold on to your learning buddy if they are going to help you focus today. Now let's remember what your job is today and every day when we come together is to listen, share, read, and that's right. Good memory. You are a strong listener when you keep your eyes on the speaker, when you listen to the speaker, and when you think about the words and the stories and the questions that I'm asking. You will get some opportunity to share today. I do want you talking out loud. That's why you have your learning buddy. Or if there's someone in the room with you, you could share with them. If there's someone in the room with you, you also get to listen, which means you get to hear someone else's perspective that might be different than yours. Now let's get started. I've noticed that quite a few of the stories that we have been reading, the personal narratives that we've been reading, the authors share with us their stories about places that are special to them, like in Little Nino's Pizzeria. Karen Barber shared all about the pizzeria, and that was really special to them. She made a whole book about it. We also read My Little Island by Fernée Lassac. That was a beautiful book with beautiful pictures and really descriptive language all about this Caribbean island that was really special to our narrator. And authors do this, they write about a special place because it involves those people and the memories and the things that they love the most in the world. And a lot of the times, our home is where all of our really special things are. What makes our home really special is our family that lives there with us. Family is a very personal and unique thing. Now, we all have families, but all of our families are different. That's why family life and family members make really great topics to write about. So, my family, I grew up with a mom and a dad and 2 sisters and a brother. That's a pretty big family. Now, my family now, well, they're still my family, but I have me, Mr. Oslin, and we have 2 kids. Now, I have friends who don't have kids and aren't going to have kids, but they're still a family. And I know kids who have a mom and a stepdad, or they just live with mom. Or I know kids who live with grandma. Or, I know kids that have 2 moms, or have 2 dads. Or I know kids who have been adopted. These are all different types of families. And that's why writing about our families is so interesting, because I can read someone else's writing and learn all about different types of families. And that helps me, just as a member of my community, be a stronger member to think about what other people's families are like. Today we're learning that personal narratives record important moments and special memories from the writer's home and family. Now, I'm really excited about this book because I read it and it just made me smile. It's called My Big Brother by Valerie Fisher. Now look at this picture and notice the perspective of the big brother. It's their feet. Like the camera is on the ground. Why do you think that Valerie used a photograph of feet to introduce us to her narrator's big brother? Any ideas? Mr. Kevin, what do you think?
Well, from that perspective, the brother looks awfully big.
Very big,
Yeah.
And they use that first person language, my big brother, to let us know that this is a personal narrative. Now, let's see if we figure this out. This is my big brother. So again, we can see that this photograph was taken as the person holding the camera was down on the ground. And this is how Valerie, our author, is introducing us to her big brother. It's from the point of view of a baby crawling on the floor. A camera is another way that writers can use when they publish their writing. It doesn't have to be a picture drawn. It can be a real picture taken with a camera. Real photographs like this help readers see a character or even a point of view, like Valerie has done here. Everyone makes a fuss over how big I am, but my brother is really big. He can do the most amazing things. Let's see, do you have any personal connections with this? Are you thinking about your own big brother? Or are you a big brother or sister? What makes you as a brother or sister, or what makes your brother or sisters, or your cousin or someone special to you so unique? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy the connection that you're making with Valerie's book, My Big Brother. Rashid, I'm thinking about my older sister, and what makes her so unique is, first of all, she's really, really funny. She's really, really smart. She works really hard. But I can have a whole conversation with her using just movie quotes. She memorizes movie quotes and can remember them and pull them out. And it's just amazing to me how she can do that. Okay, let's keep reading, thinking about how special this big brother is to our narrator. He has a very important job and some very funny friends. Still, he always finds time to play with me. Do you see him in there? You can kind of see his nose poking through the rectangle in the blocks. My big brother feeds me. So this is interesting. This is the perspective of the baby, right? This is what the baby is seeing. Is the baby focused on the brother or the food? The food. And I feed my big brother. My big brother makes the best music. I like to sing along. He tells me he is training for the circus. Sometimes I can't find him anywhere. And then, like magic, he appears. I love my big brother. And he loves me. Now, Valerie Fisher, our author, was inspired by her own son and his new little sister to write this wonderful story about a big brother and his baby brother who just loves and adores him. Now, look at that picture. What are we seeing now? You see the baby in the mirror? Now we can see both the baby and the brother. Now, you had an opportunity to do some thinking about what makes you unique as a brother or sister, or what makes your brother or sister unique, or your cousins, or anyone special to you. What makes them so unique and special? Take some more think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking. Okay, Rashid, not only is my older sister Marie really clever and witty and smart and hardworking, but she also is really talented in that she can crochet. And she's so generous that she makes amazing blankets and scarves and shawls for everyone in our family. Now, Your independent work today is to, in your ELA packet, you can find this page. It's called a personal portrait. And you can think about either yourself or someone really special to you, and you can draw what is so special about them, and you can write about them. Because today we're learning that personal narratives record important moments and special memories from the writer's home and family. So when you write, you're going to think about what you want to write, who you're going to write about. Think about how you will draw and write about it, and you're as always going to try your best. You're going to get, again, I'll show you one more time. This is what you're going to write on. This is your independent work today. Now, your independent reading is to think about how your independent reading texts are similar to and different from one another, because that's our reading skill that we're practicing. You're going to think about your story elements. You remember what those are? Practice saying those with me. Character, setting, beginning, middle, end. And you're going to think about how are those story elements in your book similar and different from each other, and you can write about that in your writing or your learning notebook. Also, continue tracking your reading goals so that your teacher knows what it is that you're working on. Now, we would love to see your writing sent to us. We want to know who is so special in your life and what makes them so special. Mr. Kevin, how can our first graders send us their work?
All they have to do is, and if they need some help from an adult, they can ask for that and have them help them out. Send it to tvclassroom@tacoma.k12.wa.us. You can always mail us, and we will read that mail. We'll open it, read it, and respond.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Thank you, Mr. Kevin. Now, first graders, it's time for our affirmation. This is when we get to say positive things about ourselves before we go off to do our independent work. And today I want to remind you that you are unique. There is no one else in the world just like you. So let's say, I am unique together. Here we go. I am unique. Excellent job today, first graders. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time in our TV classroom. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.